Hey, what's up, guys? Maximus Black here.
And Novabor.
And we're bringing you guys another cast sent in by the fans on d2dgamer.com. Just a normal-ass game. Let's get started.
Absolutely.
All right.
But before we do, as per usual, I like, you know what? I like to be able to touch things, but I also like to be able to hear things.
Okay.
You can use your imagination as to what I like to touch. But you know what I would like to hear right now?
What?
Some sort of sound effect that resembles, visually, the names coming up on the screen. Can you do that for me?
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, I'm going to let you try that one more time. I'm going to let you try that one. All right, okay.
I don't know what to do.
All right.
I don't know what to do.
All right, hit the damn button. Ah!
All right. Great. Awesome. Adam, I don't know where you were going with that, but...
That was just a long, elaborate way of saying, hit me up with that noise.
All right, but I didn't know how to hit a noise for a guy called eMperor.
I know, I didn't mean the names, I just meant, like, the noise.
Who gives a shit?
Boom.
Yes, we have eMperor down here in the bottom left position, and over here on the left-hand side, we have rabbagast.
And while we've been going through all of that, rabbagast has made an epic journey across this huge map that I have no idea what this is.
No, neither do I.
I've
actually never seen this map, ever.
Is
this even on the ladder?
Is this one of the new ones?
I have no idea.
Because I haven't actually looked at that list yet.
No, I don't even think
you
this
play
on
the ladder and
no.
you haven't. Okay, great.
I haven't seen this one.
Well, he's gonna find them anyway.
Yep.
And they are in relatively close positions for this map anyway.
Oh, you know what? This is on the ladder. Yeah, I do remember it.
Do you? This is gonna be a wild question, but do you remember the name?
Absolutely not.
All right, I just thought I'd give it a shot.
All right.
One of these days.
So this is a PVZ on a map that we have no idea what it is. Just regular, typical opening here for Rabbagast. Going to go ahead and grab that fast expansion right off the bat, even before the spawning pool. And a lot of Zerg players do this when they're feeling comfortable or when they're feeling greedy. And you know, it seems as though he's feeling comfortable to do it, so he's going to go right ahead and do it.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a really popular, this is almost just like a 4-gate for Zerg at this point. It's kind of that 14-ish, 15, sometimes it's even 15 pool in the gas and get that expansion. It's become a real, it's become basically the staple of Zerg play, especially on larger maps.
Yeah, you know what I actually find as a Protoss player very, very frustrating?
What do you find frustrating?
Well, for one, I'm weak against Zerg. That is my, that's my kryptonite. I have a hard time beating Diamond Zergs, and it so happens in the Diamond League, 90% of them are Zergs. I have no idea why. You would think it'd be Terrans. Terrans are like in the Masters and Grandmasters. Diamond is just flooded with Zergs, and one of the things that I find very, very that piss me off is when I come down here and you do your first initial scouting. There's so many different openings that a Zerg can do, on face value. They go ahead, they get their gas first. They could be getting roaches, or they could just be going ahead and grabbing the metabolic boost to make their lings faster. Or they could be tricking you, or they could go ahead and get a fast expansion, or they could get no gas and try to do a Spinishua build. And it's so important to keep your probe, SCV, or drone alive while you are scouting in the first 2 minutes of the game, because that alone can either make or break you, especially in the higher level leagues, because next thing you know, you could have 100 lings at you, or you could prepare for something that isn't coming. It's just, I just find it frustrating. That's my rant.
It's a good rant.
Yeah.
This is a solid rant.
Okay.
I thought there were some valid points in it.
Yeah, no, just make sure when you're scouting, make sure it doesn't die, and scout as long as you possibly can to see when these extractors go up, to see the timings of the spawning pool, to see if he's going to go ahead and get that hatchery before the spawning pool. Those things can let a player know, is he going to rush, or is he going to take this to the macro game?
No, that's what I was just going to say. I think because so many openings can happen off of one extractor and the spawning pool being there, I think the real tell is whether or not they go fast expand after that.
Yep.
If they don't, you have very finite. No, you're either going to see speedlings or roaches.
Yep.
Almost immediately. If you see the fast expand, you're probably either going to get some speedlings, but not as much as you would normally, or maybe the Spinishua build.
Holy jeez!
This is
5 gates on one base.
This is a 5-gate. Well, we do. Oh, we have a pylon down here.
Yeah, I've seen that.
This could be like a Korean 4-gate, but with 5.
Yeah, but a Korean 4-gate would mean...
Would have happened like a minute ago.
Not only that, the pylons would be in
inside
the base.
the base.
Not way the hell over here.
So this is just a whole lot of Zealot, whole lot of Sentry. Let's go see what happens build. That's a long name. Somebody can condense that for me.
Yeah. How about we just call it not so good build?
Alright, well, you never know. I'm not going to say anything until I see what happens, because if there's one thing I know about Protoss and Sentries is that if you're good with them,
yep,
you can make magic happen.
Oh, absolutely, and a lot of people don't know that Sentry play is almost a must against Zerg. A lot of the time is people will go ahead and grab Bob and then grab a Stalker. You should go ahead and grab a Sentry. You know, this guy here, he didn't go ahead, he didn't get the Stalker, which is good to see. He got a Sentry because you don't know if there's going to be a 10 pool, and I made that argument there a little bit earlier, but you really don't know what is going to come up in this ramp, and having a crap ton of Sentries is so huge, but it's only good if you can force field correctly, because they're no good against Lings if they can get that surround.
No, absolutely. And right now we actually have a fairly equal food count. He is supply blocked. That is rabbagast. I think he's got that pylon down there probably for some reinforcements that he will warp in upon not being supply blocked anymore. He's probably putting down he's putting 2 down right now. And hopefully he doesn't wait for these units to come in. That's a mistake a lot of players make when they supply block themselves. If you're going to go for it, balls up and do it. If you wait that extra couple of seconds, that can ruin your entire attack, especially if it's timing based. And right now, Emperor is just sitting on some Zerglings. I'm not sure, but the macro's all over the place. Sometimes it looks like every once in a while Rabbagast has a flash of brilliance with his macro, and then it goes away. But right now, we're actually gonna hit. That's a lot of sentries.
Yeah, that is a whole. Oh, can he force that ramp?
That's what he's gonna do. I bet you. There it is. And now he's got free reign.
Didn't need 2 of them. One of them would have been great, just in the middle. But he's gonna come in here with, actually, you know what? That ramp kind of looks wide.
It is 2.
Is it 2 on this map? It actually looks kind of wide.
If you had one
might be able to stop roaches, but I think Lings might be. I have no idea. Anyways, I'm talking to my ass right now because I really don't know what I'm talking about.
When do we ever talk out of our ass?
Yeah. Yeah.
That never happens.
No, never.
I'm tempted to stand up and pull an Ace Ventura right now.
Great.
But that wouldn't play on radio.
No, it wouldn't, no. One thing that I will say about this has got to be a lower level league game for a number of reasons. For one, he won 5-gate, and I've never seen that in my entire life. You know, really nice play here with the Sentries. Kind of a little bit overkill on these force fields, but it really doesn't matter at this point. One thing that Emperor did horribly wrong is he macroed up way too hard. He didn't have any units. A 9-minute attack, and all he had was, what, 8 to 10 Ling, and then, as he was being attacked, he brought out a couple of Roach, and it was just too late. I mean, look at the amount of units here.
I'm very surprised because I think he built those Lings, I'm not sure, I can't remember, right around the time that he probably might have, well, I can't remember if he walked close enough for that Overlord or anything to see in the middle of the map, but he's lacking some scouting here.
Oh, yeah.
If he had saw that, he would have been building some units a long time ago. Maybe even got a macro hatch a little earlier. It looks like he might have a oh, no, he's rebuilding his natural right now. I apologize.
Oh, getting kited.
But right now...
Force that ramp.
He needs a macro hatch.
One will do it. It looks like one...
It might actually.
Will do it. So I'm not talking to my asshole.
No.
I might have been talking to my vajayjay.
Does it sound any different?
It does. It goes...
Versus what? So in instead of out,
yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Alright, that makes perfectly good sense, actually, if you think about it.
So it looks like these Roaches are doing mass amounts of damage, and unfortunately, Roach is basically the counter to Zealots and Sentry, unless you can really get some serious force fields around there to get those Zealots in nice and close. Couple of Stalkers coming out right now.
Squeezed up the ramp.
And he does squeeze up the ramp, so I may have talked to my asshole, or a little bit of both.
Are you just gonna keep correcting yourself based on what's happening?
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
I'm on board.
You know
I'm on board.
I'm never wrong. Who cares?
Emperor has 1,700 minerals and 800 gas right now. He desperately needs a macro hatch in his base. Maybe even 2 if he's going to really go for this win, because he's not going to be able to expand. That's a lot of Stalkers. But you know what? He actually isn't bad. He's got the high ground. The Stalkers are basically just trapped on that ramp, and more Roaches are going to be able to attack than Stalkers, and you're going to see a defense here, definitely. But one thing I'm going to point out right now is the upgrades. Yep. Charge just finished, +1 just finished, or is just about to finish. That could definitely be enough for a victory if he doesn't keep headbutting units into this base with only 4 or 5 at a time.
Yeah, this is starting to become painful for me to watch. Rabbagast could have won this game a long time ago. His macro was slipping. He didn't go ahead and get his expansion up, even though he really didn't need it. If he would have just kept pushing, he's not using any of his chronos on on any of those gateways. It's just sitting there at full blast, just ready to be used, but he's not using any of it. He has the gateways. He had the money to take this game out, but unfortunately, he isn't doing it. I don't know how else to put it. He's just kind of shit in the bed right now.
No, he definitely is. There's no other way to really put it, unfortunately, at least from our vocabulary.
Yeah.
And he is absolutely going to get destroyed here because there's way too many roaches out here on the field, and if this doesn't clean him up, the next round definitely will. And we are actually seeing that macro hatch go down now for Emperor, and he's trying to get that expansion up again, and I think after this defense, if he successfully gets rid of these 4, he will be able to hold that expansion, and that's going to be absolutely huge.
I am probably going to go insane like a girl on her period, and it's prom night and she's got a pimple on her forehead.
What if she's with 4 other friends and they're synchronized?
I'm not even gonna.
Would that not be worse?
It would be. It would be.
Wait, I want you to think about this, and somebody might have seen this, but considering the 6 degrees of separation, couldn't all girls technically be synchronized at the same time on this planet?
Technically. That's
That's
messed
some
up.
scary shit.
That's
right
messed
there.
up. That's
That
messed
makes
up.
me want to go crawl in a corner.
That's messed up. Emperor, if he wins this game, I am officially quitting LAGTV.
I think you've said that before.
I mean it. This time I mean it.
This time you mean it? Well,
Yeah.
I don't think you have much to worry about because he does have his expansion up now. He doesn't have anything saturated really on it, but it will be, I'm sure, soon enough. He's got the resources in. He's got the macro hatch down. He's going to be able to produce units way faster than
Zerg's gonna win this.
rabbagast.
Zerg's gonna win this.
There's going to be probably one major push here,
and that's gonna be it.
and it's going to be absolutely good night, sweet dreams for rabbagast.
You know what? Since there's really not a whole lot happening right now, I'm going to quickly share with you a very fast story because I'm sure this game is going to end by pure ownage of all roaches here.
Do I need to be concerned about the story?
It's nothing different than what we normally do or say.
So I'm going to be concerned about this story.
Yes. So,
all right.
So when I was younger, I used to go.
These are the best of all of them.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll say when I was 16, 17 years old, I used to go out in the woods and I used to camp or like pitch tents, get drunk, do.
You used to, when you were 16, you went in the woods and pitched tents.
Yeah. And I mean, I've told plenty of stories on the live streams, but anyways, there was one specific night where I have this fear of taking shits without being at my own house. Like, not being home. Like, if I'm at your house or something, I truly don't want to take a shit.
There's probably an actual medical term for that, and I want to know what that is if anybody does.
Well, if anybody knows what the medical term of not wanting to take a shit at your own habitat, you let me know. But I was out in a tent, and I'm telling you right now, I could feel the Hershey's squirts just come up.
Why is it always... How... Did you eat poorly?
Absolutely.
When you were... Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Keep going.
Oh, cannon. Yeah. So, I immediately started puckering up my cheeks and like really tightening the hole because at any point, even a fart would just release a demon.
And were you still pitching tents at this point?
I was pitching tents, yeah.
All right.
So anyways, here comes a big attack. I will get right back into the story. It looks like we're gonna... Oh, he's chasing him all the way down. Super speed on the... Anyways, back to the story. I really needed to go. Long story short, I went up into the woods and there was this tree. And there was this...
You don't say. Holy shit, there was a tree in the woods.
Yeah, there was...
Stop the presses. Somebody called National Geographic. We found a tree in the woods.
Yup. And this tree was a really big tree.
Great.
And on this tree, there was a bird's...
Some bark?
No, well, yeah.
Okay.
But there was a bird's nest, and there was a bird in there, little tiny, like, whatever they're called, little chicks or small birds, baby birds. Oh, rage quit. Ownage. Look at that. That's basically, this here is, I'm going to get to the story about what this is going to look like. And there was these birds up top, and I remember kind of just like, Jeff, don't do it, and I was sweating, and I really need to go, and I was like, whatever, I'm just going to unleash this demon right now in this forest. And I pulled down my pants, and I squatted, and it literally came out like a faucet of water, and it literally resembled this spew, but it was brown. Actually, it was more of a tinted blue because I ate a lot of blueberries. And I remember one bird came down,
Oh, okay.
Came down from the sky. I'm not making this up. I'm actually.
I can't. This is.
No,
you can't make this up.
I'm actually
so.
not making this up. The bird came down, grabbed a piece of my doo-doo, and took it back up and fed its youngin'.
That's quite possibly one of the most disturbing.
I'm not
like,
I'm not joking. It actually happened.
Like unnecessarily disturbing stories.
I'm not joking. It really happened.
So you heard it here first. Maximus Black goes out in the woods and pitches tents, and keeps the bird population going with his shit.